really the last 2 years. You know, he had a tough break and didn't get to play last year, and that was very hard. So you always pull for all your players, but some you pull for a little more than others. And man, he has battled through some adversity missing last year, and for him to go out there and his first start in Duty Noble and have that performance, it's a chill bump kind of moments there when he got his first strikeout, and then he struck out the side, and then just 5 shutout innings in front of the home crowd after everything he's been through. Very proud of him, very happy for him. And he's the guy that is not just the pitcher on Saturday that everybody's going to love to pull for. He is for a student. He has always got a smile on his face. He's the consummate teammate. He is just the person that you want in that clubhouse. So I'm very, very happy for him.
When was he able to really get back into, throwing off the bump and, past even flat ground and all that? When was he back, you think, from his illness?
He had a normal fall. So when we came back for fall semester, he pretty much had a normal. Now we took it easy, and it was very gradual building up his pitch count. But he had, I would say, a fairly normal fall, and then a very strong preseason.
You talk about how good of a guy he is, outside of baseball. What was it like kind of watching him struggle through what he did? Obviously he wants to be out there with them last year, but he couldn't be.
It was heartbreaking, to see him, because he had really worked hard last fall, and probably rolling into the season after the fall last year, he was probably going to be maybe the Sunday starter or the midweek starter, but he was going to have a huge role on last year's team that we know was so good. He was that good last year. He was ready to have a role on that team, and a big role. And so for him to not be able to do that, it just broke your heart last year. But it certainly gives you perspective now, and the roller coaster ride that he's been on. I hope he's making it to the top of the mountain now, because he was definitely in the valley. But I know for him, I'm sure it makes it that much sweeter today, everything that he's been through.
We're seeing so many new faces run out there. Everybody pretty much that's run out there has been a new face. So much talent too. Will came out there throwing 95. How have you felt like they've handled the moment in their first weekend?
Well, there's been some ups and downs. I thought Christian, obviously, I don't really think of him as a freshman because he's been here, but he is. That's the first time he's ever pitched in front of that crowd at Duty Noble, which is a little bit of an X factor. And he handled it well. Will Bednar handled it well. Landon Sims is ultra talented, and he'll be right back out there, and he is going to handle it well. One of the things that we told Landon going into the season about pitching at the end of the game, which we told him we thought he could do it, was because he was so mentally tough, and he's a football player mentality that we feel like he's got a short memory. So I think he's going to have the short memory and go back out there and perform the next time. But there are a lot of new faces. There's a lot of talent on our staff, but in this league and against this schedule that we're playing, a lot of times experience is more important than talent, and so it's going to take them a while to gain this experience, and there's going to be some bumps in the road, and there's going to be some lessons learned, but we feel like we got guys that have the right mentality and makeup, and they're going to be able to handle it and learn from mistakes and get better.
You're running Sarantola out there tomorrow. We saw flashes of him last year, and then, he also struggled a little bit some too. How far of strides has he made in this offseason?
He's getting better all the time. He's just he's like your typical power pitcher. He's big body, long arms and legs, and sometimes it's hard to get him on the same page all the time and be consistent. So he's still fighting that, but he's a lot better, and I think his mindset's a lot better this year.